Oh, the rare. Yeah, I'm not interested in rares broad axes. Reason being they're two-handed and we're not shapeshifter. If we were a shapeshifter, I would actually consider it an important thing. But since we are summoner, we want the shield. Because we're not going to be actually trying to attack fast. If we were trying to do a shapeshifter, yes, you would actually want this. That's actually not a terrible one. We're probably not going two-handed on the barbarian. As far as things that have changed, there's a few things. In fact, we're going to have to do one in just a second. Let me go ahead and pop that over there. Let's go ahead and get this in the inventory in case we come across any more gem shrines. We can start building towards a blood weapon. I have done, I would call it casual speedrunning. I haven't done like trying for world record or anything like that because I'm too neurotic about my inventory.
Like a sturdy adventurer.
Yeah. I'm two-handed weapons. I would use it if I was a... That is going immediately... Oh, wait, never mind. That's not going immediately on us. We need the dexterity.
Hi there.
Anyway, gamble. The gamble screen has changed. That is one of the biggest changes in my opinion. There have been others. We don't have enough for that yet. We can go get enough for that. But the gambling screen is one of the biggest changes. Because you can gamble on there, it'll stay in there, so you could actually gamble on the same item over and over and over and over again. Like if I wanted to, if I had 2.5 mil gold and I wanted to gamble on rings, I could just sit there and right-click on the ring without having to refresh it. You could re-roll the gamble screen without having to exit the gamble screen. So it's pretty dang handy. How much gold do we have? I don't think we have enough to... I think... No, it's 63,000 for that. So we could sell something to get up to it. Let's get that. I don't... Actually, you know what? We'll just use the one of the apprentice. It's a little bit low level for what we're doing, but you know what? We're going to craft it. Is that the one? No, that's not the one we want to use. We want to use... Actually, yeah, we'll use this one. There we go. Level 28 requirement. Not bad, actually. We're not going to reach level 28, but we got it. I wouldn't say Duriel's impossible to beat with it. It's going to be annoying, but it's not impossible. We'll be able to deal with it. Yeah, so far as, like, the overall gameplay is pretty much the same. There isn't anything too drastically different about it. I would say it feels like it's... Whenever you're not getting the inventory lag bug we were having yesterday, it feels like it plays a little smoother, but I know that underneath it's the same kind of movement tech, it's just visually smoother. And it is a little bit more accurate as to how it's been like reflecting what's hitting what. And it does have an interesting little thing on the multiplayer where it almost like it does a handshake thing rather than server's always right situation. So whenever if I get a lag spike or something like that and I'm like killing something over here and then it teleports me back here, it still counts those things over there as dead and they died up there. So I am liking that. It does seem to be a little bit more friendly for that, in that regard at least. Those guys are always going to be buggy. I don't care what version of the game you're in. They're always a little derp. Because you can hit them while they're jumping. It's basically like the barbarian leap. Composite bow. Nope, not interested in it. Any idea if the Andy bug will work in Diablo 2 Resurrected? They said it was supposed to. I haven't tested it because that requires a pretty big data set to accurately diagnose unless you get certain drops. I keep it on me, but both of them are valid options. I just like having it on me because if I find something in my inventory is like relatively full with charms or something like that, I would like to have the little pocket to stick it in. Yes, characters are removed after the beta. This character will last into the open beta, but it will get deleted whenever the open beta is over with. And hey, Adam, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully things are going well. Oh, that's a creaky trap. Oh, I haven't seen one of those yet. Hey, zooming in on you. Aw, it died. But yeah, we hadn't seen a floating scimitar. They're super hard for me to find usually. If she only drops... it's the other way around. If she drops gold, she's not bugged, if I remember correctly. With Summoner build, it's impossible to go further in Loot Go Lane. Well, it's impossible to get past Act 2 anyway. But we will kill Duriel with this guy. There may be swearing involved, but we'll kill him. All it takes is mana potions with him. And yeah, bears can actually handle their way through hell. But I doubt we'll be getting bears before this guy. I find them a lot in Classic. This is the first one I've found in Beta. Let me clarify that. I actually did a video on floating scimitars. They are more common in Act 2 than Act 1. In Act 1, they can spawn, though. I'm honestly not worried about it. We've seen previews of it. Of the other acts, we just haven't actually been able to play in them. So... you can't play the beta on your PC. What's preventing you from it? Is it just not launching, or are you having trouble finding the download? And yeah. Those guys look more like bedbugs. Then there was somebody saying the spiders look like bedbugs yesterday. Keeps crashing whenever you try to load a game. Oh, I haven't heard that one yet. What are your system specs? Out of curiosity. And also, I would 100% file a bug report with them. It's a reskin with quality of life improvements. Yeah, they did not improve the AI. The AI is still brick stupid. So... Yes, I had to do that because of your comment. I love zooming. And also because I'm a big person on... this is a bad character example of it, but I'm big on fashion Diablo. I'd rather have my character look good and be like 5% weaker than to get that extra 5% strength and look like butt. Yeah, the insects are really good. Honestly, the only enemy that I really don't like the design on are these guys. The vulture demons. What are your system specs out of curiosity, Steve? Might be able to figure out what's going on there. Because I know if you're on the cusp, there's been a lot more issues. Zoom, I think, is on like F or something like that by default. It's on a weird button. I don't know what it is on controller. I think these guys need to be squattier. Right now, they look more like harpies with beak faces. Yeah, it's Z on mine, but that's because I've set a custom thing for it. I think the default is F, but I changed my controls as soon as I got in, so it's kind of like It's bound to F or freaking hell, man. It's the mayonnaise button. Mouse wheel, because mouse wheel is default on the swap skills. You can see me rotating them down there. That is how lazy I am. I don't press the F keys to swap skills. I will literally mouse wheel through it because I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed to get my APM up. That's another reason why I don't do competitive speedrunning. I think the last game I did any kind of like try-hard speedrunning was on... I want to say it was Always was the last one I did that. Z then mouse wheel. Oh, yeah, you can. Cool. So there is a combo key for it. And so if you hold down the zoom and you use the mouse wheel. Thank you for telling me that, Skaven. I appreciate that. And I know I'm pronouncing your name right because I know about Warhammer. Ah! That's what you get for having a name that I recognize. Imagine using more than 2 skills per build. That's pretty true of paladins. Except for Hammerden, I literally don't even have to rotate on most of my paladin builds unless I'm running a Hammerden. 5800X? Oh, crap. Game isn't fully optimized, but oddly enough, I wouldn't be surprised if newer hardware actually has some issues with it. Main thing I craft is caster amulets. I would, if I was starting from scratch, I would also do some blood rings and blood gloves. Some weapon crafts can be semi-useful if you don't know your rune words or you don't have good access to runes. Yes. You can respec once per difficulty. This is going to be in the final version. You can respec once per difficulty, and you can also get a thing called a Token of Absolution by farming the Act bosses in Hell difficulty. They'll drop dust, and you can combine those, and it makes a... You combine one of each, and there's 4 of them, to get a Token of Absolution, and you can use that to respec. You basically just have to farm them up. As far as the difficulty ones, you get them once per difficulty, so in the beta, you only have 1 respec. We've already used it on this character, because I was kind of going fire first, and I was like, no, I want to go summoner. I didn't feel like starting all over from scratch. So, we're just kind of going with this. And the reason I didn't go down the hole is I'm looking for the waypoint to make life easier later on. i7 7500. What video card? Because that processor 100% can run it. Because that is just the... It's same gen as mine. It's just a few months. Actually, I think it would be 6 months earlier. Or 5 months, something like that. Than the one that I'm using. I would not be opposed to an expansion to this. I would rather it, oddly enough... It's going to sound strange, I'd rather it be a prequel. Oh, it's a Dell. Dude, you got a Dell! Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we actually have visual glitches. I got them desynced off their stuff. Here, let's fix that. Oh, the stilted, like, I've got a broom up my ass walk? Yeah. I didn't think to look for that, because I'm just kind of, like, so used to it, I just don't pay attention to it anymore. But I know exactly what you're talking about with the Paladin walk. Yeah, graphics and video card usually. Sometimes RAM could be an issue as well, considering you just said you got a Dell. If you don't have enough RAM, this will crash quite hard, especially if you're trying to do other things with it. Light radius. I like having high light radius. That said, whenever the full version releases, I will be bringing in a character to test 0 light radius. So, for the most part, it's fine on this. There is a little bit, it feels a little dark and heavy underneath, like in the underground. areas, like the dungeons and the caves and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's not bad. I mean, I'm not terribly opposed to it. It's not going to, like, make me quit over that. I have had one crash. 12 gigabytes of RAM? That should be more than enough. That's a very odd number, though. Is one of your sticks loose? Because usually it's 8 or 16. Because you'll generally find them in 4 gig sticks or 8 gig sticks. And that sounds like you have 3 4 gig sticks. Or mixed RAM, which would be even worse. Which would explain any crashing you have. I do wonder, that's a good point, Magic, there. I don't know if the old school graphics actually have a lower system requirement or not. I would imagine on the video card it would be less taxing, but I can't guarantee it because the way it is, let's go ahead and come in here, this is not the original graphics. This is an upscaled, modified thing. They're using... I don't even know what upscaler they're using for that, but... Yeah, 12 gigs is weird. Although, it's a Dell. Dells do weird shit. I'm sorry, they really do. Okay, 15 MF Amulet or 13 mana since you're level 21. Personally, I would go Magic Find because I don't really care about 13 mana. It's an all-in-one Dell desk. Oh, yeah, that would explain it. Because that's probably laptop parts. But the video card is probably... I forget if the 7500 had integrated graphics or not. If it does have integrated graphics, that might actually be one of the issues. You can start it in the good graphics, but it's unplayable. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, if it's integrated graphics, what's happening? And this is going to probably be what's happening if you do have integrated graphics. And I had this happen on some test computers, like the laptop I was testing some stuff on and stuff like that, is with integrated graphics, it's actually using a lot of your system RAM. So what chances are is it's eating up enough of your system RAM that the game is not recognizing that there's enough RAM for it to run. So it just crashes out. Oh yeah, as a Hammerden you do. Get meditation. I know you want to run concentration, but unless you can get meditation, you're going to just be struggling on the actual, like, casting the hammers out. And until you get to higher level, it's not going to be enough of a damage difference with concentration to matter. All since the 3rd gen? Yeah. It's worth noting that most of my experience with laptops and stuff like that is with Ryzen's. Good computer as well. No need to be... Okay. Okay, that's good. At least you have a plan B. In an all-in-one, not really. There are external GPUs, but they are expensive and not worth it. There is a BIOS setting, but I'm not sure how comfortable you are with that, where you can adjust how much RAM the graphics use. Yeah, I know. I'm just being lazy. Sorry. I'm reading chat more than I'm watching the game. I actually have dead dogs that I need to resummon as well. Oh no, I need mana. Just 1 point. Meditation is not something you need to invest a lot of points into. It's kind of like warmth. And I have lagged somewhere. So I need to come back here. There we go. Keep getting massive random land spikes only with D2R. What region are you on, Triage? Like they're kind of blurry? There is a bit of motion blur. Or are you talking about, like, that spot right there was... And also the occlusion, I think, is causing some graphical issues. Because this area has always had some weird occlusion things going on with it, even in the old version. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's some glitchiness on this one as it's being moved between them. So you're playing on the American servers. Yeah, I don't know what would be causing that. Unless there's like something specific to like a local server to you that keeps trying to connect to but having issues with. No, you cannot stack 2 meditations. That said, if you have an Insight Mercenary with Prayer, the Prayer does synergize with it. Cross saves work well from your PC. I'm going to have to wait until the open version to actually test cross saves if I test it, unfortunately. Because I don't have access to closed on a console. Maybe it's just video transferring. Yeah, it could actually be compression as well. And I have not been locally recording this part of the Druid. I'm going to actually have to download that. Oh no! We'll go ahead and record this.